Greetings, dear friends. Welcome back. Welcome back to Engineering Ninja. We are here with another module, new software. Just like Abacus for Beginners, we are starting another beginners module that's STAAD Pro for Beginners. As you can see, STAAD stands for Structural Analysis and Design. So STAAD Pro, it's a software. It's a professional's choice for concrete, steel, timber, aluminum design, also cold form steel design for virtually n number of structures. That includes like uh, buildings, petrochemical plants, bridges, culverts, and much more. So this software, unlike STAAD Pro, unlike Abacus, that's more research oriented. This is more industry oriented and is used for design of various kinds of structures, as I've already mentioned. V8i, if you see this STAAD Pro, it's written with V8i. That's nothing but the version of the software. I has recently been included by Bentley that owns this software. It's a company that owns STAAD Pro. So I stands for intuitive, intrinsic, interactive, incredible, interoperable. So Bentley claims that this version of the software is most comprehensive in the history of STAAD Pro. So if you look at the salient features of the software, it has the state of the art graphical environment with standard MS Windows functionality. We will be able to do n number of analysis like static, p delta, pushover, response spectrum analysis, time history analysis. We have a cable. We will also be able to do analysis on cables, both linear and non-linear. Buckling analysis. We'll also be doing the design of steel, concrete, timber with different kinds of loadings. We have an object oriented intuitive 2D, 3D graphical model generation. It also supports truss and beam members. It also supports plates, solids, linear, non-linear cables, and curvilinear beams. It it displays loads, supports properties, joints, members. It has a, if you're able to see here, joint, member, elements, mesh generation with flexible user controlled numbering schemes. These were just some salient features. And also, if you see what are the basic activities that are done here, is model generation. It's it's with any kind of software, any kind of design software. First part and the first step is you generate model, you create a geometry, and what is the second step? You define the sectional properties. That means you define the size of the members. Then you create material properties and assign to different kinds of members. Then there are some member specifications to be done that are member orientations, offsets, releases that we will learn in coming videos. Supports, different kinds of supports are to be created, support conditions are to be defined. Then, of course, loading. Then we do analysis. Then, after analysis, you have to visualize those results, and that is done in post processing. Then, after post processing of the analysis results, what we do is we go for the design, and we do concrete and steel designs using different kinds of different codes. For steel, we have different codes, and for concrete, we have different codes for different countries as well. So these basic activities that we do in STAAD Pro that I have just mentioned here. We categorize them into 3 different steps. This model generation, section properties, material properties, member specifications and supports, as well as loads. Up to analysis, I define them in modeling. So this modeling includes model generation, creating boundary, then these assigning materials, assigning boundary conditions, and also loading. And then we do analysis and also the post-processing of the analysis results. I categorize them in analysis and then we do the design. So there are 3 basic steps to be done: modeling, analysis, and design. Now let's go to the software itself. In case you have a STAAD Pro installed on your system, you will have an icon like this, STAAD Pro V8i SS6 series. So you will have when you click on this, you will get a window like this on your screen. So this project tasks, in the project tasks, you will have a new project. If you want to start a new project, like you want to analyze a beam, design a beam, column, or any kind of a structure, you'll have to go to the new project. If you already done a project and you want to modify it, or you want to visualize the results or something like that, you have to go to the open project. Then it will, if you click on open project, here are some of the projects that we have completed: truss, structure 3, and all. And there's a configuration if you want to change some default settings that are there. If I click on this, I'll get a window like this. If I want to change the base units, the default units is metric. I can change to English. Background color, I can change to black. So there are some settings. If we want to manipulate some settings, we go to the configuration. So let's suppose we want to create a beam and then we want to analyze and design it. We won't do it here, but just for the sake of going into the graphical user interface, we'll go to the new project. Space, is it a space structure? Is it a planar structure? It's a floor, is it a truss? It doesn't matter, you can change it later also. Let's put a space. Let's say it's a beam. Right. If you see here, length units is defined as meter by default, and force units as kilonewton. Let's keep it as it is. Location, it's saved here. C STAAD Pro S Pro is a folder, and there's a subfolder. You can change this location also. So let's say next. It says it already exists, so let's rename it as beam 1, 2, 3. Next. Okay. At beam, at plate, at solid. Again, it doesn't matter. Let's put it at beam and finish it. And we have a graphical user interface of the software like this. Great. So just like any other software, it has a menu bar where it has files. If we want to create a new file or open a file that we have already saved, or print out, or if we want to page layout and all other things are in file, then edit, view, other tools that we will learn in coming videos. Geometry, this is called the main bar, or rather menu bar, and we have a toolbar here with different kinds of tools. This area is called the page setter, and this white canvas is nothing but this is the main window, and we have a data area on the right hand side where we have node information, and all the data is saved here. So this graphical user interface of this software is more extensive than what we saw in Abacus. So more number of videos will be oriented towards learning graphical user, rather the tools of this software, and getting used to the graphical user interface of this software. So for now, we'll stop here, and from next video onwards, for this module, we'll be into the graphical user interface of the software, and we'll be learning how to create different kinds of geometries, how to select different kinds of, then if we have a multiple elements here, how to select them, how to copy them, how to mirror them, and how to create plates, how to create shells, how to create solids, and some a good number of videos will be oriented towards this part. And after learning this graphical user interface and some analysis of some basic structural elements like beams and columns, then we'll have another module, that's the advanced module of the software. For now, we'll be winding up this video. Hope you liked it, and hope to see you soon in the next video. Thank you so much.